Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 52 of Europa Universalis IV as Great Britain. I did notice at the end of the last video that my manpower is actually still pretty low, so it is going to take a little bit of time to recover that. Maybe we want that to recover before we actually think about going to war with Spain. What have we got over here? We've got a few, oh yeah, we've got our explorer fleet that no longer has an explorer. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a new explorer. You're not brilliant, but you will do. That should give us a new exploration mission. This is now cored, or somewhere's cored. Right, what did I want to do here? We want to take the exploration group. Don't want to circumnavigate the road yet. We'll keep looking around. Well, let's go and explore the coast of Australia. We are increasing our supply reach, so we should be okay. We are going to want to declare that war at some point. What are our diplomats doing? They're all busy at the moment. Like to go and insult Spain at some point. What's our power projection on? Well, we did insult a rival. Has a long time rival. Embargo in the Ottomans. Embargo in Spain. Obviously, there's somebody that I'm not embargoing. The Papal States, apparently. We probably have a truce. Can't really do much right now anyway until we've got a diplomat back, which we're about to get because we've almost finished fabricating that claim on Spain. So we'll wait for that diplomat to come back. Gain 1 mercantilism, thank you very much. So, can we embargo you? No, we still have a truce. Okay, that's fine. So, now that we have you back, we've converted the heretics of Varney. Oh, was I already converting there? I didn't realise I was. I thought I was still coring. That is cool. What is the new mission then? Establish Great Britain in the Spice Islands. One province in Indonesia. Sure, it's somewhere down here. Just my terrible geography. We'll leave that for now. Conversions. There's still a few more places that we can convert, so let's start doing that. Let us also go and declare a war over here, just because we can. They still don't have any allies. Let's go ahead and get you a military leader. Not great, but a leader's a leader, I suppose. So we are going to go and declare war. We've only got 1 province, that's what we want. None of our allies are going to come in, which is what we expect. We are going to march straight over there and stomp on their face. They do have a couple of ships, but we're not bothered about those. So they have been wiped out. We just need to wait for that province. And in fact, what we're going to do here is we are going to select the army. We want to leave behind, and take everybody across. We want to leave behind 6 relatively full regiments. In fact, we might actually be able to do it with just 3, depending on what size their garrison is. Because I think they just have the capital one. They don't actually have an actual castle there. So that is good. There's a load more coring done. Uprisings may still pop, but we'll see how that goes. Provincial unrest should start to drop. Separatism will go away. Now then, the reason I've done that is just so we get less attrition from them. Indonesia should really show up in the... because it's not a colonial region. Trade company region. Haha, Indonesian charter. So I think it basically means anywhere here. So I probably want to grab something down here, which we can do as soon as we get the Christmas Islands, I suppose. We'll grab all... I knew that Indonesia was somewhere down here. So yeah, we will take that mission. What do we actually get for it? Trade efficiency and global trade power. Yeah, we definitely want that mission. Definitely. Beyond any doubt, we want that mission. So we'll just wait and hopefully this will fall. I could go and put a few cannons in there. In fact, how many cannons do we need to get the full bonus? we would need 5 artillery. How many artillery do we have? We actually have 6. So if I go ahead and take 6 of the cannons and move them over there, then we'll have the full siege bonus. And the leader has siege +1, but I could send him over there, but I don't really think we need to. There's a bunch of truces ending. Not the one with the Papal State, though. So we'll take a little bit more attrition over here, but at the same time we'll also get the fort a little bit quicker. So what do we want here? Losing some power. Gold Coast. Yeah, we'll just give them more unrest. Now, what do we have here? These are our transports. What do they have there? 1 light and 2 transports. What I might do is take these transports. Oh, the 13 colonies we have got. Brilliant. We'll just call it the 13 colonies. That's fine. We'll actually use these transports to blockade just to speed this up. They do have a light there, which is potentially problematic. But it's just so that we get the blockade bonus. So we have a spare colonist. So the question is, what do I want to do with that colonist? Do I want to use him and send him down here to the Spice Islands? Which I think we can wait for. Or do I want to continue sort of helping our colonies up here grow? I think I'm going to continue to help these guys grow, to be honest. Especially with Spain up here. The more quickly we can actually get... we can expand here, the more powerful this colonial nation will become. We'll try and grab as much stuff as we can with the help of France while we're still integrating them. So let's go ahead and keep our eye on this war, because the moment we grab that siege, these ships are going to get forced out. And I prefer not to be... I prefer them not to attack my navies, because they do have 1 light and I am mostly transports. So we will sort of wait for that to finish. We are still recovering manpower. We're actually regaining more than we're losing, so it's not too terrible there. Just quickly, what are we doing in terms of our church power? Because we're capped again. Obviously, we want to keep the global settler increase, because that's really good for us. Yearly prestige is good. Morale of armies. Do we really need that? Is there something more useful that we could be taking right now? Most of the things that we have is... I guess we could go for the manpower recovery speed. That wouldn't be a bad idea. So let's go ahead and just get rid of the morale for now. And we will go and take the... Do you know what? We're not really in a big war with anybody. I think we will just go and take the production efficiency. Let's try and get some of the money back and get that loan paid off. I could have also taken the one that reduced the... reduce the national unrest, but I think we're going to be fine. We have technically won this war, so we are going to sue for peace, and we demand nothing less than full annexation. We also want to take all of their money, which is 190 ducats, and we are going to send demand. Okay, that is ours. Fantastic. So we will... well, we can leave those guys over there, because there will be a little bit of unrest. We will need to core that province. It's only 18... only 18 administrative power, which is really, really good. Let's go ahead and make sure that we fabricate a few more claims on a few more of these provinces, because the more of them we can grab, the better. We definitely want these 2 at the bottom, and then we'll start working our way up the coast. Obviously, coastal provinces are more important because they give us more a higher fleet limit. We can still get another 8 land units. Our ships we're still quite behind on. We could definitely go and get ourselves some more ships. Get ourselves 10 more lights. Do a little bit more trade. So let's go 10 lights. Right in the middle there should be good enough. What are we doing in terms of money? How much are we making or losing? Our trade's actually pretty good now. But money-wise, we're making 25 ducats per month. That's not terrible. We are paying a lot of interest because of that absolutely massive loan. It's going to be a while before we can pay that off. But we shall wait. We could do a little bit of provincial development. Try and bump up some tax in London, for example. We have managed to get that university built there. So we could go and spend 90 admin power to increase our base tax by 1. Not a terrible idea. What are we like in terms of tech? We're still 3 years ahead of time. So I think we... Oh, there's the separatists risen up. So what we're going to do here, we will bump up the that by 1. Natives have actually popped over here. Well, we're at full maintenance. We don't have a leader here, unfortunately, which is problematic. We should still be able to win this fight. France are actually going to come along and help. Good guy, France. I'll let you deal with that one, France. Yep, France are taking on those guys. Fantastic. So we did lose a few men there, but France managed to mop up the rest of them. Thank you very much. How are you feeling these days, France? How do you like me? 22% Liberty Desire. That's not too bad. We can manage that. Okay, so what do we want to do? Invest in a new technology. Let's go ahead and get this. It'll give us more trade range and more colonial range, which is really good. Also puts us back ahead of time, giving us an extra bit of trade efficiency. So we'll have a look at the end of the month. See how much money we're making. Lagging a little bit there. A lot of stuff going on. Still only running at speed 3. Not at war with anybody. What's going on in the world? Still got Lithuania and Poland here. We haven't got the Commonwealth yet. More rebels. These rebels actually in British Brazil, which aren't really my problem. They're going to go and send their own army over there to deal with them. So that should be fine. They should be able to manage that. Finished our exploration mission. Wonderful. And we want to send you... Let's send you to the Philippines. Let's keep exploring. It keeps our prestige up. How are we getting on over here with the Christmas Isles? Not too bad. Sort of 20% of the way there almost. There's that ice cream van again, right on cue. It's not even all that warm. I'm not even sure why there is an ice cream van. I like how we've got sort of a strip of land here that means that our country name appears quite nicely. That did work out well for us. We don't need these transports blockading anymore, so we can just go and dock them up. Would help if I unpause the game as well. And we'll just keep fabricating. We could fabricate another claim on Spain. We probably will. Obviously, we can only get things that we have adjacency to, and French stuff doesn't count. So we can only really fabricate on that or these ones here. And I don't really think that I'm going to be taking too much stuff from them. Are any of these particularly high development that we might want? This is only 7. It's grasslands, though. It's not brilliant. This is 20. That's quite high development. We can't really grab anything else. Might be better off just waiting until we have integrated France, because that'll give us a lot more sort of... Well, it won't give us more stomping power, but it'll give us more power to make claims against Spain. And I do want to take some of Spain's colonial stuff as well. Some of the ships are getting produced, which is fine. We could probably do with some more transports, really. But I think I'm going to hold off on that for a while. Do I want to get any of these guys over to the mainland? I think I actually do. So while I'm not really doing anything over here, we've managed to convert some more heretics, which is really good. I'm going to take our transports, and I'm going to take them back home. We'll leave those guys down there, because there will be another war at some point. But transports are going to come back home, that's fine. As for conversions, quite a few that we can do now. So let's go ahead and try and get these conversions done. We are still at positive 3 stability. Ottomans are still fairly big. Crimea, they have expanded a fair little bit. Mamluks haven't really done anything to curb the Ottomans' growth. We can lose 10 prestige or 50 military power. Military-wise, we don't have a military idea group at the moment, and we are still ahead of time. So I think we are just... Do we want to lose the prestige? I think we are gaining prestige. Slightly. So we only need 75 prestige to form an empire. I think we'll lose the prestige. We'll keep the military power. Because we're not going to hit the cap or anything. And when we get our next our next idea group, I don't know what we're going to take yet. I'm very tempted to go for... I mean, we have a couple of Diplo, so we either want a military one or we want an admin one. I'm quite tempted to go for Humanist. We don't really need it for the religious unity, but the reduction on natural unrest, tolerance of heretics, reduced years of separatism, accepted culture threshold, is still going to be really, really useful. Humanist ideas is very, very nice. It also pairs up quite nicely with some of the other stuff that we've got. So if you pair it up with the exploration ideas, you get a policy that gives you +10 global settler increase and +1 tolerance of heathens. Team it up with our quality ideas, you get yearly army tradition and land leaders shock from that policy. And exchange of ideas. What is exchange of ideas? Trade ideas, there we go. Yearly prestige and reduced idea costs. So there are some nice policies that we'll actually be able to grab there. So I think humanist is probably going to be the way to go. It's definitely useful for countries that are taking lots of land that are the wrong religion and the wrong culture and stuff like that. And especially if you're going to war with natives and things a lot. Because you see these provinces here, they all have like 12 years of separatism. So being able to reduce that down is really, really good. We are reducing the unrest here, which is very good. There is still a potential rebel uprising. It's actually going down right now, so that's fine. Technology. We're not going to grab the military tech just yet. We're ahead of time. We'll not spend the extra points. So we'll just wait things to go on. What are we like here with our truce? Your truce with us is until December 1622. So we've still got a couple of years before we can fight those guys. We don't really want to do any truce breaking. But I think what we'll do this time around, we will... I know I'm making claims, but if we can force protectorize them, we might be able to grab a couple of provinces and force protectorize them. So we'll see what we can do there. Fish in the Christmas Islands. Well, that doesn't seem very exciting, does it? Just producing fish down there. What are we up to now? Yeah, sort of 34%. It's getting there. It's still slow. Now, I know we can build buildings and stuff, but I'm trying to wait because I do have an absolutely massive loan to pay off. That loan is due in a couple of years' time, so we've got a little while to pay it off. It's not too terrible. How are things going on with Holland now? Because when... Now, I can never remember which way round this is. No, it's still Holland. I know if Holland forms the Netherlands, because Holland is a duchy. Truce with the Papal State has ended. Must embargo. In fact, let me do that right now before I forget. Let us go and embargo. We don't have a truce with them. You just told me the truce has ended. Did that just not tell me that my truce with the Papal State has ended, but I can't actually issue an embargo against them? There we go. Right. So, what I was saying is, I believe Holland is actually a duchy. Yep, so any nation within the HRE is a duchy. Nations within the HRE cannot be kingdoms unless they're an elector. If they're an elector, then they can become a kingdom. But for Holland, when Holland formed the Netherlands becomes a kingdom. Because they're not an elector, it automatically pushes them out of the HRE. So Holland is actually part of the HRE, but if they do form the Netherlands, they no longer will be in the HRE. And that'll actually be really good if that happens, because then we could actually take them with a lot less aggressive expansion. The problem we've got at the moment is if we actually were to declare war on Holland, we would be bringing in the HRE. Yeah, they are part of the Empire and Austria will protect them. So we really don't want to be attacking them while they are part of the HRE. It is a little bit on the stupid side. We've got these 10 lights now. You can go and protect trade in Lubeck again. Should be climbing up the list now. We should actually be getting some decent trade power here. I'm hoping that all of these ships are actually managing to merge themselves up. They all do seem a little bit spread out. Got 27, the 10. Yeah, if the 27 and the 10 merge up, everything will be fine. We'll keep our eye on Norway. Norway are no longer allied with Muscovy. Hello. That's interesting. I mean, admittedly, there's not a lot left of Norway. But they're no longer allied with Muscovy. Interesting. Very interesting. So... still waiting for my transports to get back over here. They do have Reconquest CB against me. They're improving their relations with Spain. Okay, Norway, what do you have in terms of army? You've probably not got a lot. 9,000 men. What have you got in terms of your navy? Let's have a look there. Probably got a little bit. Mind you, don't have that many provinces, so probably not much. Norway. You've got one light ship. I think we're good. So we're going to wait for our transports to get home. And then hopefully we're going to be able to declare on... The transports are actually not too far away. They're just coming around the Gulf of Cadiz here. So we should be able... And let's go ahead and take some of these troops up here. We should be able to land on these islands pretty quickly. We're going to try and siege everything they've got. Maybe even full annex them if possible. We'll see what it's going to cost us. And then we'll be able to maybe fabricate on what used to be Denmark and is now all owned by Sweden. And maybe go against Sweden up here. Not too sure how easy Sweden will be to beat. Sweden are also allied with Riga. Oh, Sweden doesn't have that many powerful allies, to be honest. And they are rivaled against Brandenburg, and they are rivaled against Muscovy. So there is a possibility that we could get Muscovy to team up against them. What are we like on terms of our relationship slots? We are still free a few. Muscovy doesn't hate us. They wouldn't accept an alliance at the moment. Mainly because of the distance between borders. But we could definitely go in there and try and improve relations with them. They wouldn't accept a royal marriage, but we could potentially get a thing there. Right, are you guys fully repaired? Yes, you are. So let's go ahead and get you up over here. And we'll try and siege out as much of their stuff as possible while we're waiting for the other war to end. What are we like in terms of military tech? We are actually still ahead of time. I'm tempted to get it now and spend the extra 5%. Is it worth doing it? We're already in August. I think we can afford to possibly wait a few more months before doing it. Now, this is... What type of land is this? This is forest. Now, I prefer not to get the crossing penalty. Is it going to be possible to get military access from Sweden? That's something that we'll have to look at, but we'll do that in the next video because we're over the 20-minute mark. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4 as Great Britain, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.